Hello, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to Masterful Chats, short, clear, concise, clarifying conversations designed to uplift, empower, and support you as you move forward on your spiritual path and in your life's journey. And today's chat is going to be about the present moment, what exactly that means, how you can create from that present moment, and how it will affect your life in innumerable positive ways. But first, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an information synthesizer, a mystical scholar, and an intuitive. And I know and believe with my entire heart and being that we are each a beloved child of God. We are known and loved beyond measure. And please remember to stay to the end of the chat because I will be offering you a spiritual tool to move through this world with more ease and grace and peace. So now let's chat about the present moment. And if you'll notice, my hair is much shorter, approximately about 6 inches shorter. And this was a lesson for me in the present moment. I went to my hairdresser that I've gone to for over a year, and she's always trimmed it and cut it beautifully. And when I got into the chair this time, she said, "I'm just going to frame your face." And I thought, fine, she'll just cut the bangs a little bit and it'll all be great. Well, I had a friend with me, and we were laughing and having fun, and I really wasn't watching what she was doing. And when she turned around to show me, I went, "Oh my." She said, "Yes, I cut off quite a bit." And I said, "Yes, you did. It'll grow back. Nobody died. It'll all be fine. But it isn't what I wanted." It was a reminder to me to stay in the present moment. And in the back, you're seeing my cat, Henry. I knew that when I moved the recording around that he would probably make his debut. And he's going to be 6 this July. And he is a Norwegian forest cat who basically has turned into a desert rat in the Sonoran Desert. He doesn't like anything below 65 degrees. So he's loving it this summer. But anyway, back to the chat. You may have heard a lot about the present moment. And the present moment really means actually what it is. It means the present moment. Most of us, born and raised in the third dimensional world, have grown up either looking back at the past or projecting into the future. The key is that by staying in the present moment and by only being in the present moment, that is the only place, that's the only instance where you can change the future. And as I tell my friends and myself, that it's only in the present moment that you can affect the changes that you wish to have in your future. Because the present moment and how you were feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually is like a beacon of light. And it sends out a vibration. And because the universe is based on law of attraction, what you send out, you receive. Yes, there are some caveats to it. If you're not supposed to win $800 million in the lottery per your soul blueprint, more than likely you're not going to manifest that on the earthly plane. However, that doesn't mean that you can't manifest a wildly wonderful, abundant life. It just may not include that $800 million lottery ticket. But in the present moment, we are creating every future moment, one present moment at a time. Think about that. That's really something, isn't it? In this present moment, we are creating every future present moment, one present moment at a time. And being in the present moment focuses us on exactly what is going on in front of us, on what is happening in our bodies, how we're feeling. We become aware of the incessant chatter, perhaps, in the mind, but we become very present to what is going on within us. And that is the key to becoming awake and aware as a spiritual being in physical form. And for those of you that are challenged with a mind that races, that your thoughts are rattling around there all day, I don't know if you've tried any meditation or just being quiet for 5 minutes a day, but long, long ago when I started this journey, my mind was the same way. And so I began to sit first for a minute, then 2 minutes, then 3 minutes, and on up. And I used a candle, and I focused on the flame to still my mind and to calm my heart. And if I didn't have a candle that I could light, then I picked a point of reference that I could focus on. Because in that stillness and with that focus, notice your breathing, and that is the present moment. You can't change what's happened in the past, and if we continue to stay busy and not present, we may inadvertently continue to create things in our lives that we don't want. So by focusing on what we do want, by focusing on the joy and the love and community, vibrant health, we can have those. We can create those. But it begins one present moment at a time. And we all slip off the rails. We all go in the ditch. We all have boo-boos. But the fact is, you just get up, dust yourself off, and just don't let the wagon roll back over you. We're not meant to be perfect. We're human beings. We're spiritual beings in physical form, having a human experience. But we have infinite potential, and we have infinite free will and choice. And in that present moment, that is where free choice and your will can have the most punch. When I moved to Arizona a little over 4 years ago, it was overwhelming, it was a little scary, but I had a soul's calling, and this was what I was supposed to do. And the only way I left my beloved Colorado and family and friends that I adored was I just stayed in the present moment. Because in the present moment, I was okay. Whatever came to me, I could deal with. I wasn't dealing with any ogres that didn't have names. I wasn't dealing with potentials of disasters that could occur. I was just in this one present moment. And as a fully Christed being of light in physical form, or just a normal human being, I could deal with things as they came up. But every day I would get up and I would say, what is it I can do today to move me on my path? And I still do that. What is the one thing I need to do today to move me on my path? And if nothing comes, then sit down with a piece of paper and ask your guides, what is it you want to tell me today? And be quiet and see what comes. And then do that for the day. And there may be something that comes to you that seems, wow, that's not doable, or wow, that's too scary, or oh, I've never thought of that. Well, then sit with it. Wear it like a new article of clothing. And see how it feels. Just because you're given a piece of information doesn't mean that you have to act on it immediately. And sometimes, in fact, we need to wait. But you'll know when you need to move forward with that piece of information. It's what I call when the rubber meets the road. The present moment is all expansive. The present moment is where you are in charge of yourself and in control. The present moment is where you can decide what's appropriate for you or not appropriate for you without a reaction. You can respond in the manner in terms of what is best for you. And you can create, as I said, the future that you've always dreamed of by being in that present moment, in each and every present moment moving forward. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Focus on the love and the joy in your life, because those are very, very high vibrations, and they will bring more of the same to you. If we focus on fear and lack, anxiety, we're going to bring more of that to us. So let's create one present moment moving forward to the next present moment. And if your mind is wandering by any chance, just lasso it. Don't get angry with yourself. Don't get frustrated. But just breathe and say, okay. Or my favorite word, second favorite word next to hello, is oops. But that is the key to noticing. If you notice that you're off track, if you notice you're either in history mode or you're in projection mode, just go oops and just bring yourself back to the present moment. It's simple. It's not necessarily easy, but you can get there, and you will get there one present moment at a time. And so now, as I promised at the beginning of the video, I'm going to offer you a spiritual tip to help you move through your day with more ease and grace and peace. And I mentioned it during the video, and I do this every morning. I sit down with my coffee on my deck and with a piece of paper and a pen and ask my higher self, my spirit guides, my soul, what is it you want me to know today? And I write it down. I don't question it. I don't filter it. I just write it down. And sometimes it's not a lot. And other days it may be, a half a page. And some days I know that, I can do that today, or that's important. And other days I'm like, well, I need to sit with this for a while. But there's something to be gained in taking that moment in the morning for yourself, or whenever you get up, depending on what shifts you're working or what you're doing in your life. But to find that quiet time and to connect with your spiritual self. And I'd really love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear your suggestions for the channel. I'd love to be able to interact with you a lot more. So please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It'll really help the channel, and I truly appreciate it. And I'd like to say thank you for being with me on this week's Masterful Chat. Wherever you're at in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Thank you for being with me today. Until we chat again, blessings.